rebels.
Now all of us
Face your
Skyrim
death with
veterans
some
should
courage.
recognize the lovely
You have to
intro
tell them we worked with you.
of the
This is a mistake.
introduction to
Step
this
towards the
land of
clock when you
Skyrim.
call your name. One
Now,
at a
to those
time.
that know about Skyrim and those that don't,
Empire loves their
there's
damn lists.
a whole war
Ulfric
going on,
Stormcloak, Jarl of
and the
Windhelm.
people that
It has
are
been an
participating in
honor,
it, we got locked up with
Jarl
them on the
Ulfric.
way back into Skyrim for whatever reason,
Ralof of
and here
Riverwood.
we are with those same prisoners about to be executed, obviously. Now, that's just a
Lokir of
very
Rorikstead.
vague
No, I'm
or
not a
very
rebel. You can't
simplistic
do this.
Halt!
You're not gonna kill me.
rundown of what's actually going on here, but
Anyone
that's the
else feel
basic
like
gist of it.
running?
We are prisoners
You there.
about to be
Step
executed.
forward. Who are you?
Now, I'm not sure what my audience is looking like quite yet, but the basis is that Nords are the predominant race in Skyrim. And there's several other races that we can pick from, like Argonians that are reptiles, Bretons that are magically inclined people, Dark Elves, High Elves, Imperials that are supposed to be the people that that's the social class of Skyrim, basically. That is not just in Skyrim, but like in the entire continent that we live on. Khajiit, the cat people from elsewhere, Nords again, orcs, the very diverse or different anyway people from the rest of the lands that have their own cultures and villages within Skyrim and in various places of the Empire. Red Guards from Tamriel, and they are from Hammerfell, a very what you call a very desertous region, and Wood Elves. Now, me personally, my favorite race is Red Guard. I've always tried to be as close as I am to myself in game. And typically, what I see in this game is that Red Guards are the dark skinned people that hail from a more tropical or more arid region. And I identify with that. Even though I've never been to those kind of places myself, I've always identified it as being a African American male. Let's go that way. But in this game, I've always enjoyed playing as Bretons. Now, while they do have a magic resistance, which is probably one of their best perks in the game, I don't really pick them for that reason. I typically pick them because they're of these races. They're like the conjuring race, and conjuration is my favorite school of magic in the game in general. And then I end up, making them a little bit more like myself with the presets and things like that. I can give them darker skin and more hair and things like that. And eventually I go about the settings and things to change them a little more. But today I'm just going to go with the Red Guard. I feel like that's a great way to start things off with my favorite race that won't take a lot for me to actually make them more to my liking. I'm going to take some weight off because I know myself a little better than that. I'm definitely not, that swole. Skin tone, I've never really understood this one too much. It's not simply making them darker, but also not like taking away some of the blemishes in the skin. But let's bring them down a little bit more. I'm not going to change the preset. I will change the presets. I will. Get a little closer. Or get a better angle on them, I guess. Closer. Not bad. Almost. Let's go with this guy. That's fair. And let's bring the weight down a bit. Bring the skin tone a little closer to my own. I'm not that dark, but I wish I was sometimes. Let's go with that. And leave the presets on, leave the sex alone. Now, I've never really played a lot with all these sliders, but some of them are simple. I always kept the dirt to a minimum, dirt color off the same. I always gave them a scar to the right eye, if I can find it. It looks like that's the one. a little different than what I remember. Let's give it on the left instead. That way I can see it a little better. And I don't give them more paint typically, but when I get to the eyes, I try to make that eye blind, because I always imagine like the character got scarred in the eye by a creature, maybe a bear or something like that, and that's just how the eye ends up. I don't really mess around with a lot of these sliders a lot. And leave those alone too. The mouth shape is okay. He's fine. And I make them bald. That's possible because I'm I'm really receding now. I don't like the halfway hair, but when I'm all the way shaved, it's fine. I prefer to be completely bald instead of the halfway, in game and in life. Give him a little stubble for a goatee. That looks pretty good. And make sure his hair is black. And that's my man. Now for a name. I've got a few different fantasy names that I like to use. Maybe next time I can ask my audience what they wanted me to name the character. But this time around, I'm going to go for Izak the Nomad. And I typically spell it with I-Z-A-K. And the actual full name, Nomad. No real ties to any one land in this place. Just gets
What are you
around
doing here,
and
Redguard?
can live where he
You a
feels like
sellsword?
living
A
at
sailor
the
from
time.
Stosmikai?
And I feel like that's
Captain,
really
what
descriptive
should we
for
do?
this series,
He's not on the list.
the Slow Life series,
Forget the
because
list.
even though I
He
can
goes
have a
to the
home
block.
anywhere,
By all
I
those,
can
Captain.
decide to
I'm
wander
sorry.
and
We'll make
make
sure
my
it
bed
remains so
anywhere.
tuned to Hammerfell. Follow the captain, prisoner.
Let me try saying that again, I guess. I can have a home darn near everywhere, but I can also choose to live anywhere. So I guess that's how we're going to start this
Ulfric
off.
Stormcloak. Some here in Helgen call you a hero.